a can in my hand, smell of hops and ice cold brew. Chug it all quick, you won't hit your lips, feel the happiness flow through. Sip, sip, all the drink in the cup, got to flip it on its top. If you don't miss, it's next on the list, down the line, no time to stop. Puff, puff, pass it off to the left, let the haze fill up your lungs. Pick all the sticks and roll it up quick, seal the paper with your tongue. Pack, pack, pack it all in the bowl as I burn right through the grain. Taking a hit alone is a sip, evil smile starts to gleam. My world turn over slow. I'll pop any pill to make myself chill. Just sit back, enjoy the show. Drop, drop, drop them all in my hand. Give me all that I can hold. Shovel them in to push down the sin. Please don't find my body cold. All the light as they go, light my path to happy days. Roll up a twig and drag on to see how I want to spend my days. Beep, beep, what the ATM says, so I'll drive some more on E. Still have a stick to light you up with, guess I'll put my mind at ease. Just one more time, I'll put my mind at ease. Say I'm a stranger, like they don't know me. Here I am in black and white, what can't you see? They say I'm drifting far up to sea. But why is it so sad that this is how I'm gonna be? They say we're all the same, but take a look around. I'm the one picking you back up off the ground. All your little games are tearing us apart. I don't know why you just can't listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. faker, the king of bullshit. We'll take it or leave it, 'cause this is all you're gonna get. They call me a sinner, this I can't contest. Hey, it's life, you're gonna have at least one regret. All my little faults are seeping through the cracks. I don't know how much I can take if I'm gonna last. Look a little closer and maybe you will see. It's you and me, and that's the way that I think it should be. I think it should be. But take a look around. I'm the one picking you back up off the ground. All your little games are tearing us apart. I don't know why you just can't listen to your heart. All my little faults are seeping through the cracks. I don't know how much I can take if I'm gonna last. Look a little closer and maybe you will see. It's you and me, and that's the way that I think it should be. I think it should be. It should be you and me, happy as we can be. Sitting here thinking about all the things I've done. Oh my, oh God, it kinda makes me wanna run. Losing control, don't know what came over me. It must have been my friend Jack come visiting here. Walking through the haze of a don't even know. As long as I get to relinquish control. Lying there waiting at the edge of a pipe. I guess it's time to see the devil inside, yeah.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. We are here for day 11 of Teen Driver Education, the Hernandez Driveway. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are the first day of the last week of Teen Drivers Education, the Hernandez Driveway. So, folks, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being here and making it to the live stream, as well as keeping up with those assignments. We really do appreciate that. But let's go ahead and jump into today's lesson, managing distractions. All right, kind of an important one. All right, so let's start flipping. Managing distractions, the Hernandez Driveway, ladies and gentlemen. Now, driver inattention and distracted driving. Driver inattention is when a driver's awareness and focus drift to anything other than the driving task. Right? Driver inattention may be unintentional. Fatigue, for example, is usually not an intentional physical condition, yet fatigue causes the driver's attention to drift away from the driving task. All right. Now, when an event, person, activity, or object draws the driver's attention away from the driving task, that's an example of distracted driving. Right. So, the Try Guys. Now, the Try Guys is, as far as I can figure, a group of 4 dudes that like to just do stupid stuff together. And they made a great series where the Try Guys try driving while intoxicated, while under the influence of cannabis, while sleepy, while texting, and they did one run where they did it all safe and sober and clean and well rested, so you could see, how bad the others affected them. Today we're going to be watching 2 of those and taking a look at the overall results so that y'all can see what the real hazard on the roadway is, right? So first we're going to hit the Try Guys Try Driving Sleepy. I do apologize if you're watching this on the replay and their shenanigans get to be too much. Just skip forward a little bit, you can get past them. But this is basically them not going to sleep and being kind of silly about it. So here it is.
36 hours, 0 sleep.
We are going to be driving while sleep deprived.
Yeah, I've done that one. Whoopsie dipsy!
Now, this isn't something you think of as like an intoxication, right?
Out of all the things we're testing, I know this is the one that I've actually come close to crashing.
So we've designed a course with twists and turns and surprises, and we're going to test ourselves to see how do we do under 4 different influences.
I have no idea how this is going to turn out.
If you'd like to watch the other 2 videos, they are on YouTube, of course.
Sleep-deprived driving, I think, is as dangerous as driving while impaired with any alcohol or other substance.
And it's a very big problem in the United States. In the year 2016, 824 people died as a consequence of driving drowsy.
If you deprive yourself from sleeping for 24 hours, it's almost the same as if you were at a 0.1 in an alcohol breathalyzer test. My advice is don't drive if you're sleep-deprived.
That said, we're going to do it.
Sleepover time!
Sleepover time!
Wow! To get sleepy, we are having the first ever Try Guys official sleepover party.
My wife is out of town, and she took the baby and the dog with her. Got a little chickie.
Things are about to get weird. We're gonna wear onesies, we're gonna have a pillow fight, we're gonna draw a dick on whoever falls asleep first. But first, we're gonna dance. And turn around.
When I'm sleepy, I get a little more manic, mainly because I'm also taking large amounts of caffeine.
Wow. There you have a butt slap. Wow. Oh boy.
So you can fucking criminal dress as Tyrese, obviously.
I'm notorious for pulling a lot of all-nighters, and it's bad, it's dangerous.
Well, it's commonly known as drowsy driving. So if somebody gets involved in a traffic collision, they may have civil implications in the state of California. It's legal, but it's not safe.
Keith, wake up!
Oh God.
It's
No sleeping tonight.
Sleepy Keith is a full-on monster. I just suck at everything. I don't think I could do math. I love math.
I become a giant baby man when I'm sleepy, and I knew some of you were thinking I'm a giant baby man to begin with. Go right and fuck yourself right in the face.
Go turtle, go. Really coming out of your shell here,
Being a new father, I'm not getting much sleep these days.
We see people who are involved in traffic collisions because family had a brand new baby and they're deprived from sleeping. That culminated in terrible consequences.
I probably average about 4-5 hours sleep a night.
7 to 8 hours of sleep is ideal for most people for proper functioning of our health, our judgment.
Were you sleeping?
No.
Video games keep me awake. Yeah, Flex work that butt, girl. She a robot, but she dangerous. I'm in a car playing soccer.
We have chemicals in our brain that help us stay awake at the right time, and then we have chemicals in our brain that get released to tell us, you know what, it's time to go to sleep and make us sleepy. And when we start altering our behaviors to change those chemicals, we can definitely get into trouble, and that can impair our driving on the road.
Yeah. That is so scary.
Now we're watching a scary movie.
Ned doesn't like scary movies.
Ned has never seen The Conjuring. We told him it's a delightful romp.
You're with us, Ariel's not here, we're watching The Conjuring. Worst night.
in my life. Oh shit. It's gonna get murked.
How sleepy are you?
On a scale of 1 to 10? 10.
Where did Ned go?
Being stationary, not
You
moving.
guys just wanted to see how I take care of Wes in the middle of
We have a homeostatic mechanism, kind of like an air conditioning system, where the more we stay awake, the more our body wants to sleep. So our brain starts sending chemicals to us saying, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Here we are in the nursery. A fresh diaper. Wipe, our little jiggy. Get your diaper.
You're gonna put a diaper on.
The ability to focus is impaired by sleep deprivation. The ability to concentrate, the ability to make good judgments is also impaired.
This is so scary. Get out. Let's get out. Let's get out.
How am I gonna drive an apple?
How are you gonna drive an apple?
I'm gonna drive my apple. I guess this seems like a good place to lay down my foundation. That's my house.
Sleep deprivation. It's not pretty, folks. There are 36 hours. Studies show that 24 hours without sleep, you're impaired as someone who's intoxicated. They're dealing with it, so.
Oh my god. You just smashed my dick.
But Zach is so cute.
I'm not sure. It's very loud.
We have set up 538 cones in a complicated traffic course. Since this is science, 2 days ago we did a control, where we each drove the course sober. But today, we haven't slept at all.
My strategy is I drank a shit ton of caffeine. There's a lot of people out there who work really late, wake up really early, drink a lot of coffee. That's what I'm representing. Do this all the time.
What's the difference between staying up all night and waking up all night with baby?
I just want to get this over with so I can go back to bed.
Ready to fuck up this course.
Do you want me to go? 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 Okay.
Okay, let's go. Ooh, I'm driving a car.
Yay! It's my boy.
Okay, just a normal evening with me following my golf cart friend home.
I just said that I didn't think I was like that tired, but then I got in this car and I like got ready to drive and I'm pretty tired.
Easy.
This is tough. Is it just a dip in the road?
This is nonsense.
This is 18. Done this a million times. Here we go. Perfect. Whew.
Oh, fuck! Fuck!
If you're sleep deprived, you're really not able to pay attention. It almost acts as like a central nervous system depressant.
Oh, shit. That's an early wake-up call.
You're not able to concentrate. So even if you're awake, the ability to focus is impaired by sleep deprivation. The ability to concentrate, the ability to make good judgments is also impaired.
I drive sleepy so often, and once I get coffee and I'm like, I can do anything. I can take over the world.
Drinking coffee may have an effect.
This is a Trenta-sized coffee. That's the equivalent of an entire wine bottle.
But also, it may only be good for a short amount of time.
Okay.
Oh shit.
He completely blew
a stop sign.
And the danger in that is that you may have a micro nap.
Micro nap, right?
Sorry. Oh, that's too much caffeine. Okay. Ah, fuck. Okay.
And they can culminate in a traffic collision.
Fuck.
Oh, fuck. I was
Stop sign.
Whoopsie-dipsy!
You know, I wonder if I can just pull off the side of the road here, take a quick little nap.
What the fuck is Ned going? Of course. Oh no.
So if someone wants to take a nap, I recommend a nap between 30 minutes and an hour. I think that's enough to get a little bit better judgment, a little bit more feelings of awake.
Way to arrive alive is to sleep. Sleep right before you go.
It's totally out of the course.
This was a 5-minute drive.
That was really
Because of
It's
how
illegal
much
to
sleep
park in the freeways on the side of the road unless there was an emergency.
Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I'm sorry.
See, folks.
Okay, for science.
5-minute drive.
Parking brakes on. Oh, my God.
Right, I got this.
Ooh, look at me driving. This is fun.
The indicators may be that they're weaving.
Can't really see what I'm doing.
Okay, I'm like forgetting where to look. Oh, he's going.
They're driving sometimes too slow, sometimes too fast.
Oh, he's fine.
Oh, boy. That boy's got wings. Early turn. Oh, boy! Almost. We were pretty good.
Oh, I'm hitting cones. I can't see them. I keep losing them.
Ooh, driving is so whatever. Did I make it? I think I made it. Wow. Wow. That was pretty good. I don't think I fucking hit it at all.
What
was that?
Something else? You stop paying attention to what's ahead of you.
Oh. I did a bad thing.
I did it! I'm the best driver in the world! Oh, baby dog! Fuck this dog! Oh my god, this dog! Oh my god! That fucking dog! Fucking crazy. They think their pets are their children. They think their children are their pets.
Good driving, Tex. Good driving.
What did I just say?
No. Oh, my God.
Now they do understand this stuff now. They understand it's not
Anything can happen that can contribute to a traffic collision. The recommendation is to please get enough sleep. You're putting your life in jeopardy, those you love inside the vehicle, and everybody else on the roadway.
Responsibility dog! Responsibility dog! Responsibility dog! Is he dead?
You just sit right here. Nothing bad's gonna happen to you.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh man, this is tight.
Oh, shit.
Okay. I got it. Motherfucker.
Oh, come on. Oh, I just want a nap.
Man, fuck these boxes. I'm just gonna go right through them. Well, that didn't work out as well as I hoped.
When you start driving and you're sleep deprived, I'm concerned that you might actually fall asleep at the wheel.
Listen, it's like my head weighs 20 more pounds right now.
I have to parallel park? Are you kidding me? I'm not hitting Zach. No way, no how. He's got it.
That you may not step on the brake when you should, or it's going to be too late and you may run into a car in front of you.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
The dog. What if that were Bean? What if that were Wes?
Unfortunately, we have conducted investigations of traffic collisions where people have driven off the road into a pole and lost their lives.
I seriously do not remember much from the sleepy drive.
That's, it's fine.
Yeah, That fucked me up good.
82, I'd say that's a B minus.
The answer is do not drive if they're drowsy because it's not safe.
Nailed it. Bam. Boosh.
I felt more drunk than when I was drunk.
And driving drowsy was some of the most irresponsible driving I've ever done.
I was just a mess. This one hits really close to home for me because opposed to drunk, where I know I'm doing something really bad, I force myself to drive sleepy a lot.
My body wanted to sleep so much that my brain turned off. If you let your focus drift for just a second, something horrible can happen.
What I did was totally legal. In fact, I could have driven home after that shoot, and I would have been like, yeah, I'm not breaking the law. Fuck.
And then when the dog went in front of me, I was furious. Fuck this dog! I didn't want to do the video. I was like, it's hot. I'm in this stupid onesie. I'm so warm. I'm so tired. I haven't had coffee. Like baked in the sun on a slowly deflating mattress. It was just a miserable experience.
I only hope that other people out there who stay up late, wake up early for work or school, really think twice about the value of sleep before you get behind the wheel.
I am going to warn you right now. Don't drive sleep.
Don't drive if you're sleep deprived.
Next time on the Tracker DUI series.
Texting while driving.
Something that we all do.
But how dangerous is it?
We're gonna find out.
All right, so, driving while sleepy was bad for those guys. I mean, 5-6 minute drive and they were struggling, right? Now, think about when you hear about other people that are driving tired. Someone just got off a 24-hour shift and now they're driving and they have to drive a half an hour to get home or 40 minutes to get home, all right? It's very different, folks. So please be sure to get plenty of rest before you do get behind the wheel of a car. And hey, if you're too exhausted to drive, Uber. It exists for a reason and it's working. So please, take the option. Do not put yourself in a situation where you're going to wind up losing your ride, possibly even your life. All right, now distraction classifications. We have cognitive distractions. That's when your mind is lost in thought or a daydream. You're busy thinking about something other than the driving task. A visual distraction is anything that causes you to take your eyes off the road, whether that be a business, a billboard, something on the side of the road, an animal, an attractive person, whatever. If it makes you look away, that's a visual distraction. Auditory is distractions caused by sounds. This could be sirens, this could be the music, this could be someone arguing with you from the back seat. Right? And then biomechanical is any mechanical acts not specifically related to driving. Pushing a button, turning a dial, picking up your cell phone, shooting out a text, opening the windows on the car. Any of those could be considered a biomechanical distraction because you are physically having to interact with it while driving. Right? Now, FouseyTube, texting and driving. So, homeboy's just trying to tell people, hey, don't text and drive. Even saves a couple people from having a collision. But pay attention to their attitude once they realize what it is that he's telling them to do. And that's put your phone away. Why? Because they feel that their cell phone's a right. It's not. It's a privilege. Right? Whether it's a call with your mom, a phone call with your parents is not more important than your life. They would rather you alive than you on the phone with them dead. Right? Grandparents, things like that as well. If you're going to go visit them, awesome. Keep the phone put away. They'd much rather have you home safe and sound. But pay attention to the attitude that people hit him with when they realized. Only one person kind of kept it civil, and even they were like, no, I'm good. Don't you worry about me. I'm good. That was the sort of attitude they kept hitting him with. All right, and then there's a young lady that helps him out for one of the clips, and they say to her, if I crash, I crash. Now, when you make the statement, if I crash, I crash, what you need to do is make the full statement. If I crash and kill a stranger or someone that I may possibly know, I crash and kill a stranger or someone that I may possibly know. That is less important to me than me doing my dangerous behavior. That is less important to me than me checking my phone. Because if you're checking your phone while driving, that's exactly what you're saying. If I crash into a human being and end their life, it was worth it because I found out that Justin liked my picture in the first 5 minutes. Okay? So let's check it out, folks.
He's gonna miss this stop sign. How's it going? Yo, I know you're in a rush. Can I ask you to put your phone away?
What?
Can I ask you to put your phone away? It's a busy intersection right here. I've seen so many possible accidents.
I'm on the phone right now, bro. I gotta use the phone.
Yeah, can you put it away for just till you get to your destination? Put it on speaker, Bluetooth. Like, you got a nice car. Can you put it on Bluetooth?
Bro, I appreciate it. Who are you with, man? A citizen police or what?
No, I'm a citizen trying to help my fellow citizens. I would appreciate that.
I'm good. I promise. I promise.
I'm just trying to help you out, man.
I appreciate it.
I'm just trying to help you out. I'm just. The National Safety Council says that cell phone usage causes 1.6 million crashes each year. It says it's 6 times more likely to cause an accident than drunk driving. 11 teens die a day due to texting and driving. That leads me to ask you, is the texter call really that important? I feel like this should be a real job, because look, he's blatantly on his phone. Yo, stop sign, stop sign, stop sign! Yo, this isn't a 4-way street, this is a stop sign. And that might have been because you were on your phone. So if I can ask you to not be on your phone.
Yeah, I cannot be on my phone?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm going to go see my grandmother right now.
Okay, I know, but look, you almost missed that stop sign.
I didn't miss the stop sign.
Because I stopped you.
Bro, hold on, time. Who are you?
Yusuf, aka FouseyTube, and I would really appreciate if you could put your phone away.
I would really appreciate you two, whatever, that you get off my car and let me go handle my business with my grandmother. I don't need.
Look, I vlog.
You're making me late right now.
I vlog all the time, and while I'm driving, and it's a bad thing. So I'm just trying to spread the message of not.
What's gonna be a bad thing is you keep talking to me and not letting me go handle my business. So get the fuck off my car, and I'm out of here.
You understand? I'm just trying to help you out. You understand?
Yes, I understand that. Thank you. All right.
Have a good one, bro.
Hi, I just wanted to let you know you were on your phone and to not text and drive. You were on your phone? I just wanted to let you know, like, hey, don't text and drive because it's dangerous.
Okay. Well, why don't you mind your own business?
Well, I am kind of minding my business because I just want to make sure that everybody on the road is safe because all lives matter, including yours.
You know what? This is none of your business. I can text and drive if I want to.
I'm sure you think you can, but you shouldn't.
Okay, I crashed.
Yeah, but you're not just crashing. Like, your life matters too, dude. Think about it. It's not just everybody else's life, it's yours too. Yours is important just like everybody else's.
You know what? I don't have time for you.
Hey, I'm so sorry to like bother you, but can I please ask you to put your phone away?
Excuse me?
Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but this is a very busy intersection and cars have been like flying by, and just for the safety of others.
I'm on the phone with my mother.
I make the mistake all the time too. Send your mother my regards.
I'm making a mistake. I'm on the phone with my mother.
I know, but can you put on like, do you have Bluetooth speaker headset, like just so you're not on the phone?
This is very important.
I'm sure your mother would appreciate what I'm doing right now.
This is very important.
And I'm sure your mother would appreciate what I'm doing right now.
I gotta go.
I shouldn't have let her go. What am I doing? I should have kept going. Hey. Hello? How are you? I'm good, but can I ask you for a favor? There are other lives on the road right now, so I would appreciate if you could put your phone away. I make that mistake all the time too, but just, for everybody's safety right now.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have any idea what the day I had, and it's none of your business.
Wait, hold on. There's a car. You're about to run into a car as you're on your phone.
I'm not gonna run into the car.
This is not a 4-way. That car was coming straight off. Listen, all I'm saying is I make that mistake too, and that's why I'm trying to tell people, like, make people learn from my mistakes. All right. Wow. She almost hit. She literally almost hit.
People do that all the time. They miss stops, they miss stop lights, traffic signals, they miss yield signs, they miss turns, they miss cars, and they have accidents. They have collisions because they're not paying attention, folks. We got to be better than that. Now, drunk taxi, I love the first half of this video because when it comes to alcohol, we've made it. When it comes to alcohol, people understand that it is stupid to let the person be drinking and driving you. When it comes to cell phones, people are a little slow on the uptake. So let's check this out, though. First half of the video, my hero. Second half of the video, I'm just like, what are you doing, people? So let's check her out.
Is that a beard, dude?
Is that?
It's a beard.
Oh, dude. How much are you doing that then?
Are you drinking?
Is that a beer?
I get it, man. I party too, but you know, you gotta. There's a time and place.
Are you kidding me right now? Maybe you don't value your life, but I value mine.
I just don't think it's a problem.
Yeah, I don't feel safe.
All right, calm down.
Hey, stop honking the horn!
Could you literally stop drinking, please?
I don't feel f***ing safe. Please pull over.
Pull over right now.
You should not be drinking.
Shut up!
Go kill somebody.
And you're not getting paid. Go f yourself.
You should be locked up.
Relax. What are you doing?
This guy right here.
Bullshit.
Get
me out of this thing. Get me out of this.
You know what LOL means?
Laugh out loud.
You don't mind if I sound a quick text wrong.
Yeah.
6 times more likely to cause an accident than the alcohol from the ride before. And nobody, not one person complained. Because we don't get it, folks. Alright? But, here, in English, anyone under the age of 18 cannot have a cell phone in the state of Texas while they are driving. Not on them. Okay? If you wish to use your phone and you're under the age of 18, you need to pull over, put the car in a park, and this is in a parking lot, not on the side of the road. And then you can grab your phone and do whatever you need to. If you are over 18 and you have 6 months driving experience or more, which means you've already gotten your license, then you can use Bluetooth. That's it. All right. What's the paper we need for the school that we need to take to DVS? That is called a VOE, verification of enrollment. And all you have to do is just go to the admin office, like the principal's office, wherever, like there at the front office, and let them know, hey, I'm taking driver's ed and I need a VOE. Just telling them you're taking driver's ed, they should already know what you're about to ask for. Students in good standing get those. You need to have good attendance, good grades. So as long as you're meeting those qualifications, they should give you one easy peasy lemon squeezy. Take a day or two. If you are failing anything, or if you've missed days of school that they feel are excessive, they may delay you getting that certificate because that's their prerogative. All right. So close to home, here's another great little video. Now this one's a dramatization. Stuff that can happen. Can you get it this week? The VOE you can ask your school for whenever, and it's good for 30 days from when you get it. So if you get one this week and your folks are going to be paying off the course and you've already passed the test in the next 2 weeks, then yeah, it's a good idea to get it now. But if you know your parents are going to have to wait a little longer before getting the course paid off, or if you're going to have to wait a little longer before getting the course paid off, then yeah, Gilbert, you'd want to go ahead and wait until the course is paid. And then once you have that certificate, then, or you're going to get the certificate. Right. If you don't have a VOE, you get no permit. But if you don't get it, just don't try to go to the appointment because there's no point. Do your best to get it tomorrow or the next day. Yeah, because it is one of the required things. Over the summer, sometimes they're a little lenient, but during the school year, no leniency whatsoever. All right, so close to home. And what I want y'all to look out for on this one is just what can happen, right? Not just what does happen, but look at all the other opportunities where something horrible could happen.
31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 44. Losers don't shoot. No dog today.
Grace, let's do this, baby girl.
Say goodbye to the gang. Elizabeth has to come too. Okay, Elizabeth can come, but that's all. Come on. Sorry, guys.
Pump 7? Sure. That'll be $36. Rewards card? No. Hey, you know what? Give me one of those lottery tickets, too. The big one.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, so I think I'm gonna skip out early and try and catch a few innings of Danny's game.
I'm sure you'd love that. Hey, what do you want to eat tonight?
Would you eat at Mazzoni's?
Ugh, don't make me.
Alright, that's okay. I'm good with whatever.
Mommy, Elizabeth wants some ice cream.
Well, she's a good girl. Maybe we can get some on the way home.
Oh, Erin called. She left a message with the other broker.
Okay, so now what?
Now we wait.
Oh, well, don't worry, because we are about to become filthy rich anyway.
Finally.
Yeah, lottery's over $200 million. I got a ticket, so I think we're good.
Oh, why didn't I think of that?
Really? That's what you have me for.
¿Quieres ver tu programa ahora?
No, comienza hasta las 2.
Ok, si me necesitas, entonces voy a estar afuera.
Hey, do you want me to pick anything up?
You know what? I'll leave Mazzoni's. I don't care.
Hey, alright.
Love you.
Love you.
Mommy, I forgot my crystal bracelet.
That's okay, sweetheart. It'll still be there when we get back. Everyone loves the picture I posted of you.
Look at everything that's going on around, because yes, that was the collision they had in this dramatization, but look at all the different things that could have happened had her car gone the other way or not collided at all. Look at who was around that could have been affected by the collision. Little baby in the yard, how cute. Sidewalk. Basketball right there nearby. There's a window in the apartment or in the house. Oh look, he would have been right in front of her had she just like not hit that truck straight. See, it's not the collision you do have, it's the 20,000 collisions you could have. This is why paying attention and looking at the road is more important than a cell phone.
AT&T reminds you, it can wait.
Because even going 30 miles an hour, you're traveling 45 feet every second. Okay, take your eyes off the road for 1 second. You could easily drift over 8 feet in that single second because you've moved 45 feet. All right, the unseen, man, I really like the dad in this video until the very end. Because in the very end, he showed that he had a double standard. All right, and the thing is that the same rules that we use when we got people that we care about in our car, we got to use at all times because someone else may have someone that they care about in their car, or someone else that's cared about maybe in the roadway. All right, so let's check it out. The unseen.
Me too. I know, right? She was like my favorite. Wait, isn't it the season finale?
I love this. It's just so good.
Girl, she sort of does like him though, right?
Muffin!
What happened?
Goggles.
Those goggles. Bye. Hey, I'll pick you up at 3.
Very smart, very awesome. Pulls over, puts his car in park, loses the phone.
Hey, don't freak out.
Uh-oh, what?
The kids left the gate open. You with Janie?
Just dropped them all off at the pool. Where's Muffin?
No idea. Honey, this is like the second time this week.
Maybe he's at the Millers again.
If I find him, I'll let you know. I'm gonna be so late. I gotta go. Love you.
Alright, love you.
Muffin!
Kind of wants to, but he's like, no, there's people around.
Was that Janie's mom?
And boom.
Who are you?
I'm Justin. I live up the road. Do you mind dropping me off?
Sure, but, you know Janie?
I'm a friend of hers at school.
I used to love soccer when I was your age.
Yeah, it's fun.
What position you want to play?
Striker.
Ladies love strikers.
Well, calm down.
Which house is it?
A couple more.
You really shouldn't be out here by yourself.
Who's Muffin? Are you 40?
Yes, I mean, he's our dog.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here.
This is where all the Latinos would be like throwing the phone out the window because they know something bad's about to happen. This guy, not so much. Yes.
I'm there.
No glance, no look, no message. Because, yeah, you are never alone on the road. Right? And people swerve to avoid hitting things like pets and wind up getting into collision with cars or buildings, folks. So, really, it's just not a good idea. But, man, he did so good. Never when I've got a kid in the car, though. That's where he messed up. Because, okay, so you don't have a kid in the car. Maybe I do. Maybe the other person does. Right? There is no good time to use the phone while driving. Right? You want to use the phone while driving? Pull over, put the car in park, somewhere nice and safe, and then use the phone. Because then you're no longer driving. Your vehicle's in park. All right? Anything else? No? Yeah. So, reasons why. Here's a great video. And I think the young lady featured in this video, people like her should be employed by the state. And this should actually be the person that hands you your printed out permit. And here's C.
So I just confessed that I text and drive. If I get a text, I look at my phone. It's definitely texting.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Snapchat? I do Snapchat and drive sometimes.
Is that like making Snapchats or watching them?
What, making them?
A, texting is like my main form of communication.
Boredom, honestly.
And B, well, nah, I guess no, it's really just A.
I've only never done it at stoplights. I've always been really good about it.
The passenger has a pretty important role driving now, where they're like, oh, red light, red light.
If someone that you like texts you, you're like, you can't just like let it sit there without just knowing what they said.
Because what if something exciting's happening or something happened?
Like, every time I do it, I think about it, I'm like, why am I doing this? And then I just keep doing it.
So I'd like to, want to introduce you to a friend of mine.
My name's JC.
Hi, Alexis.
Hi, Dash. Justin, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I just really quickly want to have a chat, tell you what happened to me. When I was 21 years old, driving home from my college graduation ceremony, driver on his phone was so distracted. He turned left into the intersection at a red light. Another car, an 18-wheeler, swerved to miss him and hit my family's car. And the resulting collision actually killed both of my parents. I spent 2 months in the hospital fighting for my own life, and then 2 more months in a rehab hospital. learning how to walk again, learning how to speak again, learning how to dress myself and how to feed myself. I live with a partially paralyzed body. I didn't have my daddy to walk me down the aisle when I got married.
Having sort of like met JC, because you look at JC and sort of give those same reasons.
Usually I use my phone to change a song on. I try to use it as little as possible.
Minimize.
But
you do it. It's okay.
I'm not gonna look at my phone ever again. Honestly, if I have been sitting at a red light, and I'll like glance down to see if my mom's texting me, but the people's lives that are impacted from something that is so stupid.
I can assure you on my drive home right now, I'm not going to use my phone and drive, and I'm not going to do it when I go to work tomorrow and the next day after that until, it becomes a habit, and that just doesn't happen at all.
I know this is hard, I'm sorry, it's hard for me too, but this is real. You have the power to really actually make a difference and do something about it.
Thank you.
Now, we didn't see responses afterwards from the gentleman that was saying it's the passenger's responsibility. He was already passing the buck. He was already trying to make it somebody else's job to pay attention for him. And no, the driver's responsibility is the driving task. The passenger's responsibility is to not distract the driver. That's it. It's not to alert the driver to stuff that the driver's missing out on because they're not paying attention. I mean, yes, I hope the passenger does do that. That's not their gig. It's the driver's job to drive safe. Right. The other people we didn't see were the couple. And I actually have a theory on that one, why we didn't see them at the end, because people versus person. People have been known to do things like set an individual on fire, hang someone, burn down a store, burn down a building, burn down a house, murder their neighbors because they suspect them of some nonsense. Because mob mentality, once you are no longer a person, once you are people, you are no longer as accountable as you were when you were a person. That's why when they thought they were getting away with it, they thought it was funny, and they happily confessed their actions. But when they were faced with the truth, with the reality, with someone who was the victim of the decision that they make on a daily basis, it was tough. It was hard for them to face the truth of it. But they already knew what the truth was. They just never been made accountable for it. Right? And people will not hold themselves accountable. A person will. So the reason I think we didn't see the people at the end of that is because they would have been arguing and trying to say that they weren't doing anything bad, that they'd never caused an accident. The same thing that the surfer dude sounding guy did. They're going to try to minimize, but I think that's why. And and it is a common psychological thing. If you take classic literature like Lord of the Flies, hopefully y'all have had to read that for school at some point. If you haven't watched the newer movie for it, it's about a bunch of kids that get stuck on an island and they kind of make up their own rules. But the two characters that exemplify this point are twin brothers named Sam and Eric. Well, their identity, their individuality gets taken and they become Sam and Eric. One unit, they are no longer a person, they are now people as part of a whole. And because of that, they get made into the enforcers, and they're the ones that wind up doing the killing for the people, the kids in charge on this island of children. Right? It's a messed up story, but it's absolutely true because the same sort of stuff happens time and time again. You take accountability away, put someone in a group, and they're more likely to do horrible things. Unfortunately, it's one of the excuses that like spring break sexual predators use. Well, was it just me? There was like a bunch of guys there. Any one of y'all could have stopped it. Any one of y'all could have said, no, this is wrong. But y'all all went along because that's mob mentality, right? And we got to remember that, you know, we are people. I mean, it's the same sort of excuse that the people that attacked the Pentagon, or not the Pentagon, but the Capitol building in Washington tried to use, that, you know, it wasn't just them. They're all shocked that when they're finally getting arrested, but it wasn't just me there. Well, you're the one we caught, buddy. You were just as responsible, right? Now, Try Guys are going to do texting and driving now. Y'all saw how silly they got with the sleep deprivation. Don't worry, even well rested, they are ridiculous. So here it is.
Why, hello there. You may have heard about texting and driving.
LOL. Wow, this is fun.
Eugene said he saw 3 coyotes last night.
But I'm here to show you what it's really like.
Texting while driving. Yeah, I do this. I do this every fucking day.
It's such a part of our daily lives now to just be on our mobile phones.
Zach, you changed out the soap. Oh my God, you just doing soap.
I bet a lot of you are watching this right now on your phone in your car.
What if I hit a cameraman? What if I murder someone today? Keith Haber's murder. This was worse than being drunk. It was worse than being high, worse than being sleep deprived. Turns out, it was a goddamn nightmare.
Someone's gonna die.
That's how they promoted all the Fox shows in the early 2000s.
Someone's gonna die.
It's our final video in this series, and our final chance to wreck Keith's car.
That's not the objective.
My phone, I use it as if it's a feature of my car.
I'm a very responsible text and driver. I only use the voice to text. We're on our way back. Easy.
Texting while driving, in my opinion, is as dangerous as drinking while driving or being impaired by any substance.
I get so bored while driving. I am on my phone non-stop.
Quick glance down, quick glance up. It's not a big deal. Using my phone while driving is like, it's an addiction, and I do not see a world in which I can quit it.
Distracted driving for us is everything. It just takes a split second to be distracted where a traffic collision can occur.
See, my car beeps when I'm about to crash. I don't just casually use my phone while I drive. I'm like reading in-depth articles.
Even if you avert your attention from the wheel for 4 to 5 seconds, this is extremely dangerous.
Look at that.
Weird.
Yeah,
It's like it's a tongue.
It's like it's built for it.
2 eyes and...
Facebooking and driving, Twittering and driving, Googling and driving.
Just refresh Instagram, see if anything's new.
Eventually, I like to catch up on the news during my morning commute.
I pop up the Instagram. Oh look, me and Shawn Mendes having a great time.
Oh, look at this, I was invited to a party. See, I would never know that if I didn't check my email.
Well, it's the last video, and finally Eugene is in the big old fuck up. Everyone's like, oh, Eugene, he's so crazy. Eugene, he has fun. He's had fingers everywhere. Yeah, I've lived life, okay? But weirdly, one thing I don't do is text while I drive. I just don't really do it. I've always just decided out of sight, out of mind, so I put my phone in my bag while I drive.
What happens if someone tries to call you?
I don't answer.
What are you talking about?
My car's really outdated, so I can't even connect to Bluetooth.
Look how old that is. You remember CDs, right? I burned that CD in like 2010.
How do you know where to go?
Oh, how do I know where to go? You know, that
This is the wrong street.
Oh, shit.
What? Didn't you say you got into a car accident today?
No, a car accident got into me. Because it was a classic, like, I stopped properly and she just ran right into me. She was probably on her phone.
Car crashes are the #1 cause of accidental deaths for our young people in this country. We need to do everything we can to prevent them.
We're here at the beautiful Irwindale Speedway. We've got a closed course set up, and we are gonna get irresponsibly educational.
I know there are going to be obstacles thrown at me, and I really don't want to fuck up my car.
I feel like I'm gonna nail this one. I can do this with one hand. I was gonna do this with the other hand, but like that's not the right motion.
It's my car! It's the only one I got!
I know we're talking about how bad all these things are, but like, I haven't crashed yet. So far, so good.
This challenge is going to be one of the easiest ones. Why? Because I have a lot of experience.
Turn the windows down! We're next to a quarry! I just got that thing fucking detailed! There's gonna be dust all over my car! $200 if I can detail my goddamn car! Put it next to a dust factory. Jesus.
Texting and driving is bad.
We have set up 538 cones in a complicated traffic course. Since this is science, 3 days ago we did a control where we each drove the course sober.
Today, we have some rules.
1, you must respond to every single text message. 2,
Don't stop moving, don't stop texting. Like a fucking influencer shark.
while each try guy is driving, the other 3 guys will be in the grandstands watching and giving instructions on what to do.
I'm sober, I'm well rested.
I got this. Let's do it! You have a charger in there? Because I'm like riding low battery mode all day, every day.
Hey guys, about to start. Exclamation point.
Oh boy.
Actually, I'm looking at the phone and there's not even a text coming through. I'm looking like, we got any coming in?
Here we go. Here we go.
Hey. I said, haha, nice try, bitch.
He asked me if I'm up. Yeah, duh.
Wanna fuck.
What is your favorite food? Fried chicken, baby. That talk to text always makes it super great. Really enables your. Oh, did I already hit a code? Yep. Nah, I think it was good.
What are you where? No, it's a typo. I feel like my eyes are not on the road at all.
Driving is very complex. So although we get used to it and it becomes a habit after time, there's a lot going on in our brain when we're trying to drive safely.
Who lives on Drury Lane? Who lives on Dryer Lane? What bread do you actually like the most? Pumpernickel!
Oh God. Okay, that was a curb.
We got hey Keith coming in. Yeah.
There are already a number of distractions that are going to take our mind away from focusing at the wheel.
Elephant butt.
We're thinking about these things constantly. These things are already enough distractions.
Oh God, I'm getting a text from my Asian friends chain.
Our mind is now very focused on something that's not in front of us.
I actually have friends who are all Asian guys who are like the other Try Guys, but not. They suck. Oh shit.
Okay, I'm at a stop sign, I get a chance. I'm a red light texter. I get to that intersection, pull out that phone.
You have red lights all the time.
Look, here's another red light. That was literally 10 seconds.
Nothing to do, so I'm just texting my boys. But look at this, somebody's sending me fried chicken.
We do see motorists manipulating their cell phones at red lights, and that's also against the law.
Oh no, oh God, Becky actually just texted me for real. Now I gotta answer Becky's text. Oh, Becky sent me a picture of a cat.
Wait, what? Wait, my friend just got engaged.
The light changes to green and they do not proceed.
So happy for you two.
I hope they liked that we're putting that in our video.
You contribute to traffic collisions because people are trying to go around.
Can I be the flower girl? Sorry, I'm just answering this text from my friend.
I should probably go. Knee, mouth, see.
I don't know, I just can't quit it. It's a fucking addiction. What if Eugene posts a super cute photo and I'm not there to see it within the first 5 minutes?
What do you think is the greatest struggle Korean Americans face today? Looking at your faces. I'm fucking doing it. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Here we go.
People can get very excited about what they're seeing on the phone. We get a big dopamine rush. It causes us to feel good and feel pleasure.
Favorite Jewish parable? Wow.
LOL. Wow, this is fun. LOL. Oh, shit. Okay.
And when we're feeling pleasure, we want to do something like continuing to do that activity.
Hey.
Ew.
Make it cute. Let me make it cute.
But if you're trying to drive while you're doing that activity, that becomes a very dangerous situation.
Oh my god.
Oh crap. Close to that. Oh, time to reverse. Here we go.
Oh God, everything. Oh my God, this picture's of fried chicken. It looks amazing. Oh my God, this chicken. Chicken looks great. Oh, did I hit something?
We're still not calling a phone addiction a true addiction, but it has that same quality.
Oh, it's a baby.
I sharded my pants a lot. You gotta Be more specific.
People still get excited. There's still dopamine release, which is that pleasure chemical in your brain.
Oh my god, how do I heart this? It's Ariel and Wes.
Your judgment's going to be impaired, your reflexes are going to be slowed down, your coordination is going to be impaired. This is when people are out of lanes. There have been multiple car crashes and accidents seen because they're looking for something else.
Was that... Yeah. Sorry. Was that Keith's butt?
You're driving metal, plastic that weighs 3,000 pounds that can easily be converted into a weapon.
Oh God, oh no, I've never fucked up the hairpins like this.
It is a privilege to get your driver license and drive. It is not a right.
Oh, this is so overwhelming.
And with that privilege, it's an awesome responsibility.
So hot. Go live on Instagram.
Okay, Instagram boomerang.
If we check our Facebook and we get a lot of likes, that causes a big dopamine rush.
What do you want pictures of?
And they're doing searches, they're looking at porn, they're looking at dating sites.
Okay, here's a photo of me. Here's a photo of me. Fuck you.
Hey Instagram, hey everybody. I'm live right now.
10 seconds, 15 seconds, and not being able to look in front of you, you're going to run into problems.
Oh god, both mirrors. I think I made it sexy.
Oh, shit. Okay, there's so much. You can't have me watch a video. Oh shit, the dog, no! No!
Oh my god, they literally are freezing my phone. Fuck you. Too many questions, guys.
Whoops.
I don't know how much damage I caused. I couldn't tell you. Off the scale. I've always believed that I could multitask, or that I could do, the glance down, glance up. The fuck was that? If today showed me anything, you can't do both at the same time. Responsibility, Doc! Fucking! You can't.
This video was a nightmare.
He has fucked this course to death.
I hit everything. When you're texting, you're not looking at the road. When you're not looking at the road, you can't drive.
I was able to actually do pretty well because I did voice to text. It's a lot less dangerous than looking at what you're typing. No. Yes, you can access my photos. Of course you can. Keith, you knocked over the wall. Oh no. Still, the only times I hit the dog were when I was drinking and driving, and when I was texting and driving.
Oh God!
Oh no! Scariest thing about texting while driving for me is that I didn't care what happened. Am I done? Okay, great. All right. Well, that was a disaster.
The day after filming this, as I was driving, I got out my phone to say, hey, I'm running 10 late. What more could I do to prove to myself that this is a bad idea?
When I was sleepy and when I was high, I would drift in and out. And when I was drunk, I was just, a lunatic.
You're in the intersection.
Let me try.
When I was on my phone, my world was this size.
Am I gonna have to die to realize how bad this is?
If you think you're the exception, you might become a statistic. Wow, PSA, dropped it.
This series has been crazy.
Alcohol, marijuana, sleep deprivation, all of which are not good ideas.
They were all way worse than sober driving.
All right, and so we're gonna pause here for a minute and we're gonna take a look at this because this is some great raw data because it's not talking about the number of times they hit the dog. It's not talking about speeding or weaving or going too slow. What each cone represents is them leaving the lane. That's an opportunity for them to hit a parked car, a pedestrian, an animal, a whatever. All right, maybe even crossing the middle line and hitting oncoming traffic. So how many opportunities did they have? Well, as we can see, sober, there was only 2 total. Right? Intoxicated, they were drunk. When they were drinking, right? 11, 6, 13, 15, consistently bad. But let's take a look at those times too. Zach was no slower while drunk, and Zach's the one with the glasses, right? He intoxicated, just as confident as he was sober, right? So he took that course same speed. All right, Eugene, hey, that's the Asian dude. A little bit slower, once again, lots of confidence. He only hit 6 because some people handle their alcohol better than others. Some people are less impaired while they're intoxicated than others. Right? That's just how it is. Keith, the really tall guy with glasses, right? He was significantly faster, like half a minute, and hit a whole bunch of cones. That means he left the roadway or crossed the middle line a whole bunch of times, right? And then Ned, the new father, the guy that got kind of crazy and put a diaper on a round little stuffed ducky or chicken, nearly cut his time in half intoxicated, with 15 leaving the lanes, right? And that's just massive. That is an example of exactly why drunk driving gets you into trouble, because you're confident, you don't slow down, you think you're doing just fine, and clearly he wasn't. All right, now we get to high driving. We got 10 for Zach, 4 for Eugene, 2 for Keith, and 19 for Ned. Because once again, people respond differently to things. Some people drive really well without sleep, like Zach and Eugene and Ned. Other people need their sleep or they drive like garbage, and Keith is definitely one of those. Right? But Keith did relatively fine high, about the same amount of time. He hit 1 more cone. So his driving was minimally impacted, right? Eugene, slightly more than that, but it did take him a lot longer. He drove a lot slower, all right? And then you get to Zach and Ned, and them high was just a hot mess. Ned, it took him nearly double, and Zach, it took him 25% longer. And both of them hit a bunch of cones. And then we get to Sleepy, and we've got that 5 for the 4, 4 for the 3, 647 and 17 collisions. And then poor Ned, who was parked for like a minute of sleep or half a minute of sleep, but that's 651. All right, but still, if we eliminate the time that he spent asleep, that was still roughly about the same because, or a little bit longer because we are slowed down. All right, but that's still 5 opportunities to hit stuff. And then we get to texting. Now, Keith was using talk-to-text technology, and he still left the roadway 5 times more often than he did sober and not trying to text. Why? Because even trying to use the talk-to-text, you have to push that button, you have to engage it, you have to start it. And so, not necessarily safer. All right. But if we look at this logically, the worst one for most people, for the people that were actually just texting and driving, was the texting and driving. Okay? All of them took, except for Keith, who was doing the talk to text, everyone else took longer to get that drive done with significant collisions. As a matter of fact, more than any other category, Eugene actually did more than any other category combined. Okay? Everyone else, their 2 worst was still, or their 2 with the least mess ups was still more than or less than what they did texting. All right? Texting and driving is a massive distraction, and each one of those cones that they hit was an opportunity to a person, a parked car, an animal, a kid, a something. It was a time where they weren't paying attention and they crossed a line either to the right or to the left. Right? So folks, understand that the most dangerous hazard out there, nice and plain, right here on the screen. Here, let's add them up and take a look. All right, drunk, 4 individuals, 6 and 11 is 17, 30, 45. They had 45 cones total on the 4 drivers. High, we've got 29, 31, 35. So it didn't affect them as badly. They basically all drove slower and, or well, with the exception of Keith, and I guess tried to stay safe. Okay. Sleepy, we've got 29. No. Sleepy was definitely the one that people do the most commonly without thinking that they're affected, but as we can see, it still did do pretty good. Almost as many opportunities for collision as being high. Right? And then we get to texting. And there we have 76 instances of crossing the line. Folks, that is ridiculous. That is a massive number. That is nearly double the next number. Okay? It really is. That is just so much. And that's texting and driving. And the thing is to get drunk, you have to do something first. You go out, you get drunk, and you have that moment where you realize, hey, I'm drunk. I probably shouldn't drive. And then you have to ignore that and get on the roadway. High, same thing. Sleepy, I am too tired to drive. I probably shouldn't get on the roadway. Same thing. We have that moment where we can take that and be like, hey, you know what? I need to get a ride. But when it comes to texting and driving, people bust out that cell phone at a moment's notice. The right person calls them or texts them, and now they're engaged. So stupid can happen at a moment's notice, because that's what the decision to text and drive is. It's foolish. All right, it's dangerous and it puts you at risk. All right. The other three require some work beforehand. You had to go drink. You had to do drugs. You had to go a day and a half without sleeping to get that bad. But the texting, boom, the moment you decide that it's okay for you to text and drive, you become that person. Okay? No setup required. And just like that, you went from driving like a boss, like a person that knows what they're doing, to another one of the hazards on the roadway. Because you grabbed your phone and decided, I can start now. Right? All right. So folks, please, understand that texting and driving is the pandemic that we're facing right now. That is what we need to stop. That is what we need to deal with, because it's taken more lives than COVID. And yes, driving and using your phone is illegal in the state of Texas. Okay? It is a ticket. The first time you get the ticket, it's only $99. And then $150, and then $200, and then $250. And I think it caps around $500. So the 10th time you get that ticket for texting and driving, you're gonna have to pay $500, and hopefully the judge by then just takes your license away, because you haven't figured out that you shouldn't be, all right? I already did that one, sorry. And then we've got other pets distractions, because people still insist on taking their pets with them when they're in the car and letting them run around the vehicle. Now, this video is a little bit older and it's not wholly accurate, but what I really love, or at least it's not accurate as to who's got laws and what, but what I wholly love, what I think is fantastic, is Texas's approach. Now, I don't know if I've mentioned this to y'all yet, but this is what Texas does to people who do not secure their pets in a vehicle. Instead of charging them a fine for an unrestrained pet, like most other states are doing, instead of charging them a citation for distracted driving and maybe costing them $300 or $400, Texas decided to go with, okay, you got your pet in your car, you are now responsible for his well-being. Well, what does that mean? That means that if you have a collision and your dog's not restrained and they get injured severely, well, you could be charged with animal abuse because you were responsible for those injuries. Now, abusing an animal is much more than a $300 charge. You can actually face jail time. So, way to go, Texas, right? Because $300 fine, someone may be willing to pay a $300 fine to have their doggo running around the car all free. Go to jail for 15 years for cruelty to animals and unlawful or an improper care of an animal leading to its death. You could spend 15 years in jail for that. Like that psychonaut that freaking hanged a cat and put it on YouTube. Right? And if your dog dies in the collision, that's what you could do. You could face 15 years in jail for having a car crash because your dog died. Now, do I want your dog to die? No. But if you're going to punish someone, punish them for the crime that they committed. And in the situation where your pet gets hurt because it wasn't restrained or it gets killed because it wasn't restrained, that was your responsibility. That pet didn't know, hey, I need to be buckled up. They were just like, I'm a dog, we're in the car, yay! But we need to remember, folks, that our little buddies are responsibility. Just like a baby, we can't have them unrestrained in the car, but we can't have our pets unrestrained in the car. All right? So keep that in mind, folks. The next time you have your fur buddy in the vehicle with you, if they're not restrained and something happens to them, the route that Texas is going to take is they're going to charge you with the injuries for the animal, which is far greater because animal abuse, people freaking hate that in Texas. All right? Because we are an ag state for the most part. Cattle, horses, pigs, chickens, roosters, things like that. All right? And then, of course, dog. So let's check it out. Other distractions. Pets. Oh, skipped the pets. I don't know how.
There is a crackdown beginning across the country tonight on a serious threat to highway safety. Drivers who like to keep their pets in their laps or on a seat unrestrained. It is a hazard for people and pets. Here's ABC's Dan Harris.
The windswept canine drinking in the open air, it's an icon of the American road. We drive with them on our laps and sometimes even give them free rein in the car. But while we're all well versed in the dangers of texting and driving, AAA finds nearly a third of all drivers today admit to being distracted by their pets, too. States are starting to move on this. Hawaii now outlawing drivers from holding a pet on their lap. Rhode Island and Oregon may do the same, while drivers in Arizona, Connecticut, and Maine now face fines. All because of accidents like the one David Reed survived. Driving with his daughter, their dog jumped into Reed's lap, and he took his eye off the road for just a second.
I tried to stop in time and swerve, but I wasn't able to get stopped.
And it's not only dangerous to you, but also to your pet. Look at this crash test. Stopping short sends a dog dummy flying through the car into the windshield. Look at it again, the pet becoming a projectile. In a 35-mile-an-hour crash, a dog weighing 50 pounds is propelled forward with 1,500 pounds of force.
You wouldn't drive with your child in your lap, so we want to keep them safe just as you would your child.
Today, Dr. Kat Miller from the ASPCA, along with a dog named Ron, showed us how to keep your pet safe with a special, inexpensive harness.
The length of the tether should allow him to sit comfortably and stand up normally, but not to roam around the back seat.
I feel so responsible driving this way. Lest you fear you're taking away a vital freedom from your dog, check out how Ron reacts when strapped in. He looks like he's enjoying it.
Yeah, you want a tummy rub?
Dan Harris, ABC News, New York.
Ron demands tummy rubs. Yes. Yeah, folks. All right, so the approach that Texas took is novel, it's unique, but you know what? It's also super freaking effective. Okay? Because the first time someone does it will be the last time they do it. Nobody wants to go to jail for 10 years because they failed to restrain their pet. So anytime you've got a vehicle with a pet inside, make sure that that pet is either in a pet carrier or the pet itself is restrained. Because 1,500 pounds, that's the starting lineup of the LA Lakers. I mean, that's kind of nuts. That's more than the starting lineup. That is a ton of weight for your pet to experience. And that's a low-speed crash with a low-weight animal. You got a German Shepherd that weighs 60 pounds or a Rottweiler that weighs 50 pounds, and you crash going 50 miles an hour, we can crack that up to 50,000 or 25,000 pounds of force, and that's definitely going to be enough to end your doggo. And if the doggo slams into you, that could be enough to kill you or injure you. And then you go to jail because the animal that you didn't save from getting killed in the crash that broke your arm or something is gone. That's messed up, folks. That's a lot to have to process. So in the event that you have to transport your pets, use a harness, and if you don't have the proper stuff, a couple carabiners like what I use on my keychain. They sell real metal ones that are designed to support lots of weight. Okay, that's the ones that actual climbers use. You get a couple of those, a small section of chain, and a couple quick links, or just a couple quick links, and turn this into exactly what you need to keep your buddy safe. All right. But be advised, if something does happen, you're responsible. All right, and then we got other distractions, food and drink. This lady takes the cake. This lady right here is the most just, I don't give a driver I've ever seen. Check this out. This is a bicycle helmet cam by the way, in case you can't figure it out. And other countries have recording systems where you can take video and go, look, they did this on the road. This is overseas, that's why he's on the left side of the road. Did you see?
Put that down! You're on camera! You
You're going to the police. I've got your number. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You're bloody danger. She's eating her breakfast. She's eating a bowl of cereal. Yeah.
Nuts. I mean, we're from the valley. We have tacos, but tacos requires one hand. If you do the proper prep work, you can eat a taco with one hand. Bowl of cereal, that's always going to be two, folks. All right. But people are willing to do these things. People still put on their makeup while driving. People still try to brush their hair while driving. People still use hair product while driving. People still try to use their cell phone while driving, and we need to stop. All right, spread the message. All right, so chapter review. All right, like I said, today's going to be a short day. Tomorrow will be a little shorter, but we are going to be adding some stuff to the end to extend tomorrow and give y'all a refresher on how to get the assignment posted and how to get, or not the assignment posted, the drives requested and how to get the payment posted onto your account and how to fill out that contract for those of you who still haven't done so. All right, so which of the following is more of a hazard than a distraction? No, let's just jump to the ones with the answer so we can take care of this, right? All right, so which one is a hazard more than a distraction? A muffler in your lane. Okay, the deer carcass on the shoulder is the side of the road, that's a distraction. A disabled vehicle on the side of the road, that's the side of the road, that's a distraction. Somebody behind you, that's a distraction. Something in your lane is a hazard. That's why we aim high in steering. When you see vehicles all swerving around a certain area, they're probably going around something. So we'll want to move out of the way ahead of time so as not to be doing that last second. Right? Number 2, when is using a cell phone while driving appropriate? Never. Okay? You don't do it on an open road with no traffic because you could still take your eyes off the road and drive off the roadway and die yourself. Okay? If there's an emergency, pull over and then make the phone call once you're in park. Because you reporting an emergency and then crashing is going to cause a secondary emergency. Okay? And then to call home, that is never a valid reason to be on the phone while driving. Okay? It's just not. If you need to make a phone call, please pull off to the side of the road or use that hands-free Bluetooth technology, folks. All right. Number 3, what is the main purpose for passenger restrictions as part of graduated driver's licensing program laws? Why do they only allow one non-relative minor when you have the provisional license? It's not to limit liability, it's not to reduce the time on the road for novice drivers, and it's not to affect double dating. It's so that you can gain driving experience with fewer distractions. Because friends will give you negative peer pressure. They'll tell you, they've done studies. You put 5 friends in a car with someone and they're twice as likely to do something crazy as if a person's only got 1 friend or no friends in the car telling them to do bad things. All right? As a matter of fact, they put a picture of a parent in the vehicle and drivers got 10% safer. Because your parents watch. Right. Using this device while driving is an example of a cognitive and biomechanical distraction because your brain's got to be thinking about what buttons you're going to be pressing because that's a dinosaur phone and they are going to probably be texting based on the way they're holding it. But you have to think about that and you're actually pushing buttons with your hand. So that's biomechanical. Right? Now, which of the following statements is not correct? Watching a DVD while driving is a distraction. Daydreaming is an example of driver inattention. Talking on a cell phone using hands-free technology is still a distraction. It's just one allowed by law if you're over 18 with 6 months experience. Making a voice-activated cell phone call is not a distraction, is a lie. It is a cognitive distraction because you still have to think about what you're saying and you have to make sure that the phone's connecting, so you're going to be paying attention to that a little bit more than you are on the roadway until that call connects. All right? It is still a distraction. It is simply one that the state is willing to allow because telling people you just can't use your phone on the roadway, period, at all, no matter how old you are, is not going to fly. People have been using the cell phone without restrictions for too long. They will not accept a full restriction. Using hands-free Bluetooth technology is a reasonable restriction. So just like they can't force everyone to put a kill switch on an old boat, they're just making sure that the adults are using hands-free. Okay? Distractions outside of a vehicle are more easily managed, not during the morning or than in the afternoon. Time of day doesn't really matter. All right, it doesn't. A distraction is not easily managed if it involves an animal alongside the roadway. It is not, or it cannot be identified within your 3-second path of travel. That would be a hazard, not a distraction. Distractions outside a vehicle are more easily managed if the situation does not pose a threat to any of your zones. Because that means it's just not next to you and you don't even have to worry about someone jumping out of that lane and moving into yours. That's how distractions are more easily managed. Number 7, this meal may become a biomechanical distraction because, well, that burger's already all unwrapped. So she ain't worried about that, right? Your friends will want you to share it. There is no one in that car because no one wants to be that person's friend because they eat like that while driving. Look at that. Neither hand is fully on the wheel right now, right? You will have to think about it, getting it home before it gets cold. This person's not in a rush to get it home. They're in a rush to eat it before it gets cold. And then D, you will have to take one hand off the steering wheel to eat while driving. They're taking both, yeah. At the very least, you will have to take one hand off. That is why it is a distraction, right? As a matter of fact, a majority of the laws that we have regarding distracted driving are all because of a massive pileup of cars that were caused by French fries. A lady was reaching into McDonald's French fry bag, or like a bag with some French fries in there. She reached in, she looked away for a moment, and caused a multi-car, it was like 20-something car pileup in California. And that's when the United States started going, hey, you know what? We need to start cracking down on all this distracted nonsense because that's ridiculous. And it was. All right? And the fact that it was McDonald's French fries makes it even worse because it's McDonald's. Now, every day, make the world a better place. Every day, make that choice, make that decision, make that change to become the best you, to become a better you, to become a you that you are happy to be, a you that your friends feel blessed to know, the you that your parents will be proud of, that you will be proud of, that you will never be ashamed of being. Every day, make a choice, make a change to take one step closer to that person. Because that amazing person, that person that you can be, if you dedicate yourself to making this world a better place, is an amazing person. And I can't wait to see the impact they have on this world. Right? Now, today was managing distractions. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about effects of driver condition. That's things that make you drive bad that aren't specifically distractions. They're things that we can't just shake off, like being tired. All right. Then we're going to be talking about adverse conditions, handling emergencies, and on Friday, insurance and buying a car. All right. As well as city, country, and highway driving on Wednesday, as well as sharing the roadway. That's a great day because we're going to learn about sharing the roadway with trucks, motorcycles, and we're going to watch the video that I've dubbed "Nobody Beats the Train." All right, folks, because, you know, we got to be careful around them trains. Now, at this point, if anyone has any questions, issues, or concerns, I am more than welcome, more than ready to hear them. We've got a little bit of time left, so please hit me up, folks. While y'all do that, I'm going to get the stuff for today's homework set up. Let's see. That's from Fort Home. All right, so I'm not seeing any questions, issues, or concerns popping up onto the chat. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Today was day 11 of Teen Driver Education, the Hernandez Driveway. Join us tomorrow for day 12 while we continue to talk about things that can, you know, take our mind, take our attention off the roadway, and then again, learn how to schedule those appointments for the drives, learn how to make payments using our system, and some of the other resources. We'll take a look at some of the other resources that we have available for y'all. But thank you everyone for showing up today. Y'all have a fantastic evening. Work on that observation. Drive safe, be safe, and continue to be that awesome, amazing person that I know you are. Bye, everyone. See y'all tomorrow.